Hello, I am Jan from Prague, the Czech Republic, and in this video let's explore what to expect from taking photos with the Vivo X100 Pro. We'll take a quick look together at about 150 test photos taken in a number of locations, from a bike trip to South Bohemia through Prague to the hills of Moravia. And as always, we will be interested not only in what this mobile phone can do, but also where it belongs in the world of mobile phone photography. First, we will summarize the key parameters, what lenses and sensors this mobile phone has, and what to expect from them. We'll also explore how zooming to really long distances works, and then we'll get down to the key thing. We'll go through about 150 test photos from cities, forests and hills, which will show us what this mobile phone offers to different types of photographers. So first, let's see what sensors and lenses we have here. The key point is that all three sensors here have 50 megapixels. Then, as you can see here on the left hand side, the main sensor has 23 millimeters and 1 inch size, which means a huge potential for great photos, which is actually happening, as you'll see soon. What is missing here is a dedicated second telezoom, which, for instance, Xiaomi 14 Ultra or Samsung S24 Ultra have, which is to a certain extent a limit. So here is the main sensor, which has 23 millimeters. Thanks to its size, thanks to the fact that it's 1 inch sensor, it means that the quality would really be great. We'll see many more examples, but just here at the beginning, let's see these typical examples of night and nature and people. Then we have ultra wide, which has about 15 millimeters, and it can really be helpful in situations like that when we really need to squeeze much more into the frame, like flowers and trees or my bike traveling in beautiful nature. And then we have the telezoom lens, which is, I have to say, one of the strongest features of this mobile phone, apart from the 1 inch main sensor. As you can see from these examples, it gives it a flavor of a great camera, because you are able to do a great work when taking shots of details or animals or flowers or even sort of macro photography. So we'll get to it in a couple of minutes. One more important point is that the camera is equipped with 3 options, 3 color styles, as you can see here. You can see that you can decide whether you'll be shooting in vivid, textured or size natural. Here is the definition by the Vivo as such. In this review, I was shooting only to vivid, to the default style, which is, well, vivid. Sometimes, though, I had a feeling that, well, in some cases, it would be useful if you have a little bit less vivid colors. But first, let's see how good in zooming this mobile phone is. This is my favorite test. This is ultra wide, normal, and we are getting closer and closer. And this is about when we go to 100. So it's just amazing which sort of details are we able to get. Just look at this. We can study every single detail of the window from distance like this. You can't even see that there is the famous dancing house in the distance, but if you just go to it, suddenly you can study windows and people and etc. And now let us go to the nature. Let's see what we can do with this mobile phone when you'll have it in your pocket when biking in the southern Bohemia or any other places. That would be the spring in the southern Bohemia, which is famous for its lakes and rivers and beautiful trees and all that lovely parts and so on. Well, you might think now that all these colors are a little bit overblown. Well, they are not. It was really the beautiful late afternoon sunshine and everything was really green and yellow and amazing. Well, having said that, though, I have to admit that sometimes I felt that I would really like having a chance to set colors to be a little bit less bright than in the vivid mode, and a little bit more bright and vivid than in the natural ones. I hope maybe some future update will bring some compromise to it. And well, let's go to a pub, and this is a very special pub which has an airplane in it, and of course a great chance to take some interesting shots. And please do not forget what I've already mentioned. One of the great features of Vivo X100 Pro is that it gives you option to shoot shots like this, like details in the world of, well, I would even say macro, which is not common. My iPhone 15 Pro just would not be able to do this. So if you like that style of shots, you should know that the telezoom is really doing a great job here. And let's go further. Let's see some landscape without bright sunshine, but it's nice, and you can enjoy me and my bike driving through the beautiful lake district in south of Bohemia, and you can face some beautiful animals here. Oh, well, nice bird, I guess. Some more details, some more beautiful shots made with the telezoom, and colors of old cars in this meeting of old cars in this beautiful city of Třeboň in southern Bohemia. And more examples of how that telezoom works and that it can really bring great results. And one more ride through green parts, green roads in between of lakes and ponds and rivers, and I really loved it because I love that part of the Czech Republic, and again, bright colors. And now let's go back to Prague and let's see some colors of Prague during day and in night as well, because this is again one of the great examples of how that mobile phone really works, because I always test any mobile phone during so-called blue hour, when everything's turning blue and well, the windows are yellow and everything is beautiful. And I have to admit I was quite satisfied, because you know, these are shots which make sense, which are nice, and yes, of course, when you are using ultra wide like I did, sometimes, well, the composition is a little bit strange and wild, but it does work, and green is green and blue is blue, and just to sum it up, I was quite satisfied. And a couple of last shots of coffee and flowers in the beautiful botanic garden just outside of Prague. And let's go back again to the beautiful mountains of Moravia, and let's see what this camera can offer us. And again, when I'll be going through these shots, this is, by the way, region called White Carpathians, just on the border between the Czech Republic and Slovakia, and I really love it there, and you might have seen these shots in many of my other reviews. And really what we are experiencing right now is a huge global change of the capabilities of the mobile phones, because, well, you just will not be able to tell whether this was shot on a proper camera or a mobile phone. And this is important to know, that Vivo X100 Pro belongs to that not that big group of mobile phones, which might be really useful for experienced photographers who really know how to work with big data and are willing and ready and experienced enough to work with raw files, for instance. And if you are among them, then yes, of course, if you really know what you are doing, you're able to get really very, very good results. And a couple of more shots from fields and meadows and orchards, and you can see that there are many details you're able to capture. Sometimes my viewers criticize me that I'm too quick and that I should be allowing you more time to study every single photo, and I know it's a little bit hectic the way I'm presenting these shots, but I just can't really slow down, because the point of these reviews is to give you a very quick opportunity to grasp the feelings I had from the camera or a mobile phone. And I do believe that even within these 150 shots and these couple of minutes, you are able to get some feeling. And last scene, last moment, a opening of springs, as we call it here in the mountains. And note, do not be surprised that everything is sort of greenish, because we are deep in the forest and everything is covered with spring leaves. So even musicians here were really like hidden under green filters. So do not be too critical about the feeling that they are a little bit green in their faces. Yes, they are, because everything was green. In good hands, you can really expect great results when you shoot, well, musicians or some amazing animals like that one which just decided that it would like to see us after long winter. And some more shots from a beautiful place in the middle of mountains, a lot of shadows, a lot of lights, a lot of greens, and well, I do indeed hope that you got some impression from what Vivo X100 Pro can offer you in the respect of photography. And of course, we should not forget video. But I'm not really good enough to assess and review the video capabilities of that mobile or any other mobile, because it's really very different from what I've just done, comparing photos and telling you what is good or what is not. And so what I can do, of course, is what I'm doing just now. It means I'm showing to you some examples of video recordings, and well, it's up to you to see what you want to see. And well, I was obviously quite happy, quite satisfied. And we might note that this mobile phone can record footage up to 4K in 60 frames per second. And some types in some markets can go up to 8K with 30 frames per second. So thank you so much for your attention. I hope you liked my photos and got some information and inspiration. And take care. I'm Jan from Prague, the Czech Republic.